I can't wait to do it. You know, I've been off for a while. You know what I did the whole time I was away?
Study?
I just watched guys run 40s.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love it. I did it all weekend. It's got that thing where the commentary is like kind of whispered a little bit, and it's green, so it's kind of like the Masters, like except you have guys running really fast. So I find myself just loving it, and I didn't love anybody more than Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson. This is what the Combine's all about, kids. I mean, this is why we do it. A huge, athletic dude just showing up. So here's the deal. This is a quarterback, mind you, and I love the comps. His speed is like Saquon coming out of Penn State. His vertical is higher than Devontae Adams. His broad jump is more explosive than Odell coming out of LSU. He's taller than George Kittle. He's heavier than Hassan Reddick. And the Cam Newton comparisons are there. He's significantly faster than Cam Newton, significantly more explosive. And by comparisons, I mean himself. This is a guy who said, I loved watching Cam and Lamar growing up, so I would call myself Cam Jackson. Now, if someone comes out and says, I call myself Cam Jackson, you're like, dude, shut up. Don't put that out there. And then you're like, well, you did this. You kind of look like Cam Jackson. It is so exciting, and it's like, now we got something, too, because Bryce Young is a wee lad, guys. He is the very opposite of Anthony Richardson. So are you ready for 6 weeks of talking about, do you like this versus this? It is two totally different flavors, two totally different sizes, speeds, athletes, everything. I feel like we just set the stage for Anthony Richardson could potentially be that meteoric #1 guy, which is even more exciting because if you want him, you're probably gonna have to trade to get him, so you're really gonna have to love him. The Anthony Richardson-Bryce Young thing already is I'm here for. It's the little guy versus the big guy. I enjoyed watching this dude all weekend. I can't wait to see him next year.
He's got 6 inches, Anthony Richardson does, and 40 pounds.
Huge!
Bryce Young. Because you're seeing 6'4" and 1/4 inch, 244. Bryce Young officially at 5'10" and 1/8 and 204. And you have to imagine that 204 came when he drank like a liter of water probably before he got weighed in. You think? Cam,
it's like you and versus Marcus Kuhn. Like, I mean, it's like that's the disparity we have here.
That's exactly the same.
That's actually not even close. Not even close.
Does that mean that we have to go out and run a 40 and let's see how?
And I probably beat you. And I got 100 pounds on you.
It's amazing.
Just by a little.
100?
No, 130 probably. 150.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson took over the company.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely took it over. Talking with scouts, 3 of them told me the first name was Anthony Richardson. He destroyed it. And not only what he did in the 40. I'll actually tell you a cool story about the 40.
Okay.
His team, he ran a 4.48 during training at 250 pounds. He said, if I run a 4.4, I'm going to do I'm done and walk off hyped up.
The Vince Carter, it's over.
Over.
Right.
It's over. The only thing he did wrong that day in their eyes is he did a backflip, almost missed it up, and his agent was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
We got a lot of things.
He fell on his butt after the backflip, but he still made it look cool.
He still made it look cool. And his smile, his charisma, he loved to be there. The type of leader. The big thing they wanted to answer is, who is Anthony Richardson? He had maturity, the big question, 20 years old. How mature is he as a quarterback? He killed it in the meeting rooms, I'm told. He met with all the quarterback-needy teams. He killed it on the whiteboard. He showed that he could be the leader of a franchise you need him to be, and nobody helped his stock more than Anthony Richardson. Coming into the Combine, there was a lot of questions. Is he going to be a top 10 pick? Now the question is he going to be top 3, top 5, 1? Anthony Richardson killed the Combine.
It's awesome. What do you think, dude?
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Richardson, I kind of expect from the skinny, fast guys, right? To run well, to jump well. This is what.
Let's say like meaty fast.
This is what we're used to seeing. But I think from a quarterback, especially, what did he do in the classroom, right? That's when you have to really impress the GM and all the coaches. I think that's very more important. I get excited when the big guys have to run. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I know the feeling. Jalen Redmond, a defense tackle from Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
6'2", 291 pounds. Ooh. This guy is moving. 4 out of the 6 drill, he was the #1 performer. He was the second fastest guy in the 40-yard line. And look at his feet. Like, that's how we like to see a big defensive tackle moving. And now we talk about some other guys. This guy's missed some games in the past, but I think he really helped his stock in the Combine with his performance this
First of all, his feet look huge. Not only the fact that they're moving quick, but like the fact that he can pick up that weight. Just talk more about how impressive this is to see him move like that.
I mean, I remember like a long time ago, now over 10 years ago, I was the first German to ever be invited to the Scouting Combine in Indianapolis, and I did not look anywhere close to this guy. I mean, he's ripping out spin moves and rips and everything. I mean, I think this is what guys who maybe missed some games during injury, this is what they have to prove and what they have to show some of the scouts that, look, this is my athletic ability. Yes, you had some tapes. Yes, I missed some game, but this is my upside. This is what I can do on the field. And with the proper coaching, I mean, mean, the ceiling of me is probably a little bit higher than what I've maybe shown on tape in Oklahoma.
Awesome.
We saw the defensive guys at the end of last week, which is why we're not touching on them as much. But there are some complaints at times about how rules have changed to protect the quarterback. Can you imagine why? Because you got guys like that who are fast and big, who are angry, and they want to get after quarterbacks. You got to protect them. The game is moving too fast at times for these quarterbacks. The quarterbacks are so impressive. This is where I want to pop the bubble a little bit on Anthony Richardson. Kyle, look at these numbers.
Yeah.
I know Bryce Young is a wee lad, if you will. C.J. Stroud didn't have as many accomplishments as he wanted to coming out of Ohio State. Will Levis, between Penn State and Kentucky, amassed 26 starts. The first 2 were with the Nittany Lions. This is the problem with Anthony Richardson, if you're trying to find one, is scouts are trying to figure out what's between the helmet. And if he can come in and have the experience at the decision-making point of a game, at the line, and be able to command a room and command a play and be able to work through all of his reads, because just the act of there's not enough reps there yet at the college level. He was impressive. It was a beautiful thing.
Someone has to do it. Part of me wants to say, how dare you do that on this Monday morning, but you're right, because there's people at home being like, I watched Florida last year. They're 6-6, and they lost to Vanderbilt. So, what the combine represents, like the pure measurables. And that's why, I am encouraged by what you're saying, Cam, about it wasn't just the 40, the in the room, in the interviews, that he's also starring. Because this guy feels like a combine star is born, but we've seen those before that don't pan out.
Absolutely. That's the big thing that he wanted to show, that teams, I can be the intelligent quarterback you want, not just the specimen. A lot of times we get wild, height, weight, speed. He looks like a Madden created player. But can you lead a team on 3rd and 8? Can you make that play for your team? 4-minute drive in the 4th quarter. Can I count on you to lead you? That's what he had to show teams, and I'm told he really impressed them on the board. That was the big thing there. So we're going to see. It's going to be a lot of fun the next few weeks. Anthony Richardson has been the talk all week, but you got Bryce Young, you got C.J. Stroud, who, by the way, had an amazing passing workout in the combine. He didn't run the 40 like Anthony Richardson, but the way he threw the ball had GMs and coaches just buzzing. So this is a really, really fun quarterback class.
Kyle, you'd like this about Stroud. He walked in and he was that guy that he held a football like it was his baby the entire time. For the 2 hours, he was in the second group of quarterbacks. Stroud just walked around, never put that thing down. Anthony Richardson, he did the jump, and then he was like that guy who was pacing during the national anthem. Anthony Richardson couldn't stop moving. C.J. Stroud was staring at all the other quarterbacks throwing, but just held that football. He never dropped that thing. It was unbelievable. Will Levis, then, if we're going to just cover all, that ball coming out of Will Levis's hand had a whistle to it. It never came up 10 feet above the ground.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then Bryce Young was just walking around with his backpack because he's going to throw at the Alabama.
That's what I heard. And he'll put on a show and we'll all freak out too. But listen, anybody who says Richardson can't be the #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield was the #1 overall pick. In the draft that includes Lamar and Josh Allen and a whole bunch of guys. People fall in love with the dude and they go #1. And this year's so cool because the Bears might move. It's so exciting.
It's very exciting. I know. We're only 12 minutes into the show, and Kyle, look, he's fresh off a vacation. He's
I'm so energized. You guys don't even know. I'm ready.
Oh, no. All right.